Hello all, and welcome to Pacific Profiles, women-owned spotlights from WBEC-Pacific. These spotlights shine the light on a member of the WBEC-Pacific community, the certifying body of WBEC women-owned certification in Alaska, Northern California, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington State. For more information on our services for women-owned businesses, visit WBEC-Pacific.org or follow the link in the description. My name is David Lang, and I am the Marketing and Communications Manager at WBEC-Pacific. Joining us today is Lisa Riggs, CEO and Sock Queen of Spirit Sox, along with WBEC-Pacific's 2026 WBE star. Welcome, and thank you for being a part of the series.
Hi, David. Thanks so much for having me.
Tell us about yourself and your business. What inspired you to start and get into your industry, and how long have you been WBEC certified for?
Spirit Sox actually started as an idea for a fundraiser at my daughter's middle school. At the time, I was actually a white sock wearing person and very angry that I couldn't find my white socks anymore, that they were all decorated and fun. But then I had this idea to we needed to motivate parents to donate to the after school sports program because it was 90% parent funded. And I needed an item that would motivate to do that. I'd already done t-shirts. So I had this idea for socks. And when I reached out to all my t-shirt contacts, nobody made socks. And I said, how is this not being made? Like we can, put the school's mascot, they were Mustangs, and we can, put their colors on it. And so anyways, found somebody who did the fundraiser. We sold 200 pairs in 4 days, made a $17 profit margin per pair, and donations were up by 140%. And so at that point, I stepped back and thought, should I make this a business? And so I did. I built it from the ground up off of that idea.
Wow, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fantastic. And then how long have you been WBEC certified for?
I started the company in 2016. I got certified in 2019.
Cool, excellent. What is the biggest challenge you have faced as a woman-owned business, and how have you overcome it?
I think any business doesn't matter women owned on this. It was definitely the pandemic. When people are afraid to leave their house, they certainly aren't thinking about buying custom socks. And so, in order to keep the doors open, I immediately pivoted to making custom face masks, and that was really what saved me in the business. And so, yeah, and then coming out of that, it was a long recovery to come out of it, but it was definitely a good lesson in learning to adapt quickly and be agile as a small business. I think those are advantages that we have. And so I definitely keep those lessons learned in mind because who knows what's coming around the next corner.
Yeah, exactly. And like you just said, just being able to pivot that quickly and just really intelligently too, and seizing the moment, as unfortunate as it was.
Yeah, it was a similar customer base. We were just switching, from legs to mouths. And so I was able to work with a lot of the customers I already had in the pipeline or past customers by customizing those face masks for them. And so thankfully, it was a quick pivot that was successful to keep the doors open.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
On the flip side of things, what's a fantastic win you've accomplished as a business owner?
Probably our biggest win was getting our socks into Sam's Clubs. It was just a huge deal. It was the first retail, and it was just a very big deal to get into. We were in Sam's Club stores across the country as well as online, and just I had to drive about 2 hours to the Sam's Club where my socks were closest to me, but to walk into the store and then see just see the logo and see that our socks was completely overwhelming. It was never something I envisioned when I started this company, and so definitely one of our greatest, most public successes.
Yeah, and if I recall too, they sold out as well at least once, or
Yeah, they sold out online. We outsold our competitors, all male owned. Sorry, no offense, but we outsold our competitors without promoting or boosting. And so it was the buyer actually came to me and said, "You go, girl." That we were able to do that, and they reordered, and we were able to sell out all of that inventory as well. So they were very popular online.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks.
Balancing it all out, what keeps you motivated to run your business, and also what motivated you to pursue certification?
Mm. I think I never realized until I started this business how ambitious I am, and so I think my ambition. I'm highly self motivated to get through this. I also am doing this for my family. I started this business when my kids were teenagers, and with the idea of succeed or fail, I wanted to show them what it's like to go after your dreams. And so, very motivating to be a good role model for my kids. And then what motivated me to get certified, I actually wasn't very aware of the certification at all. And I went to a Facebook event because I'm in the Bay Area. And somebody there told me about the certification. And so I looked into it immediately and thought that was definitely the way to go. And so I got sort of it takes a couple of days to get all the paperwork and everything, but it was important. And so I took the time and got certified, and it's been just a great benefit to my company for sure.
Have you seen measurable benefits such as new WBE partnerships, opportunities to bid, or corporate connections because of having women owned certification?
Absolutely. Yeah. I've met the largest corporates in the world. I've been invited to supplier events. I've been invited to supplier academies by these companies that I would never have had a chance to speak to without actually even attending. A lot of my relationships are from attending events and the national conference, and just being able to walk up to that expo booth and have a conversation with the airline that you flew in on, or the your favorite soda you've been drinking for years. Is It was unbelievable to me that this opportunity was in front of me, and I've done everything I can to take the most advantage of it, and share my passion for my company, and how we do a lot more than just make socks. We really make it, and we give back to the community, and we really try to make it a memorable experience for each of our clients. And so just they're willing to listen and get creative with me for how we can work together.
Awesome. Can you speak back to the giving back to the community aspect a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So we donate 5% of all of our profits to providing socks to those in need. I Giving back has always been a huge piece of my personality. And I knew when I founded this company, it had to be an integral piece of the company as well. And so I did the research, and socks and underwear are the two most needed items in any shelter. And so that's where I knew that's what I needed to do. And so to date, I've donated tens of thousands of pairs across the country to a variety of organizations, and it's my favorite part of this whole thing. I love that we're able to do that, and it's definitely a motivator. The better we can do, the more we can do, the more we can give back. And it's a huge motivator for me and my team.
Yeah, awesome. Well, and just having the product directly in hand that's needed most. So it's just,
Yes.
hey, this makes sense. This is logical. Let's do this, being able to
Yes.
like pass on like the goodness and just our benefit. That's awesome.
Yes, I actually have. I carry socks in the trunk of my car, and so if I see people that need them, I just stop and hand them out. Because there was one time I saw somebody, he had plastic bags rubber banded around his feet, and they were ripped on the bottom, and it absolutely broke my heart. And it broke my heart to see that, but it broke my heart that here I have this company. I have hundreds of socks in inventory just sitting in, and so it was a lesson learned that now I just carry them, and I hand them out whenever I see that people need them.
How does your certification differentiate you from your competitors?
Well, I'm the only woman in this space, and so the certification just kind of outlines the obvious, I guess, is what I want to say. But what I'm what I'm finding is I'm trying to partner more with women's professional sports and minor league sports, and that woman owned on the packaging really makes a difference for women supporting women. And when I talk to them, we talk about like this is showing little girls everywhere what can be done on and off the field. And so it's impactful. And I've given my socks out to people, and they've looked at the logo on the packaging and said, this makes a difference. And so I'm proud to represent. It's a responsibility to represent that women owned logo. And so that's why we operate just with the utmost morals and values.
Has being a part of the Webeck Pacific community grown your connections with other women-owned businesses?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things I think a lot of people make a mistake when they get certified is they think they only want to work with the corporations, with the huge names that I talked about earlier. But there is a network of 21,000 other women owned businesses. And I think creating partnerships and relationships and networking with them is as critical or more than with the corporate partnerships. And just understanding that I've worked with so many different different women-owned companies that have bought socks, or we've partnered to collaborate to do something in a community, or just so many things. It's a true joy just to get to meet other women business owners and then support each other.
Yeah, excellent. I think you spoke lightly a little bit to this already, but what WeBack Pacific events have you participated in, and how have they impacted your business or personal development?
I actually missed my first one last year, and it was because
Oh no!
my son and I went to we're 49er fans, and we were going to the game in Arizona, and we went to the Grand Canyon. And so I was like, I can't change my plans. I'm so sorry. So I missed my first event, but I attend all of them that I can. I've flown up to Seattle. It's always nice when they're local in the Bay Area, for me and convenience. But I attend all the major events as much as I can, and just to support WeBeck Pacific, but also to help build the community and support the other women business owners.
Awesome. All right, this is it, the grand finale. Do you have any advice to other women entrepreneurs who are considering WeBank certification or who are already in the process?
Advice. Yeah, I mean, I think get certified. It does make a difference. In particular, if you have a product, being able to put that woman owned on the packaging, it makes a difference. You stand out for that. And then I think my advice would be, when certified or when considering certification, show up, attend the events, attend the education sessions that are offered. And that's the way I've been able to grow my business through my certification, is by showing up and making those connections, and talking to, like I said, the businesses as well as the corporates, and developing working relationships from there.
Yeah, excellent. That's well put. And also, that's all we have for today.
Okay.
Again, thank you, Lisa, for taking the time to share your story with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it.
You can learn more about Spirit Sox at their website, spiritsoxusa.com. That's also socks with an X, just as a reminder, or follow the link in the description. You can also find them on social media on LinkedIn and Instagram. Take care, everyone. Women's Business Enterprise Council Pacific, or WBEC Pacific, is a regional partner organization of Women's Business Enterprise National Council, also known as WBEC, the largest and most recognized body of women-owned businesses in the United States. WBEC Pacific serves women-owned businesses in Alaska, Northern California, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington State. If you're a certified women-owned business in the WBEC Pacific network and would like to be featured in Pacific profiles, keep an eye out on your inbox throughout the year for invitations to be featured. Thanks for tuning in.